Do you think this will drive up the viewership count if I show some cleavage?
Welcome to podcast. Welcome to podcast.
Welcome to podcast.
I'm your host, Madison, joined by my co-host, Michael.
Michael.
I didn't let you do your thing.
You mean berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
I didn't think you were going to do that thing. That's an old reference. But this is episode 20.
20.
I guess it's nice that we're referencing some sort of food. What was that? Was that a Skittles commercial?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's weird. That's like deep memory.
Or Starburst. Was it Starburst? I don't know.
Could have been Starburst. It was some sort of candy. But Michael, you were telling me about this place you went to go eat today.
Yeah, I kind of splurged.
Take it from the top.
Went to get some food at a place in Birmingham that what they do there is they give you a flat rate and you get a time limit to eat as much food as you possibly can. You can also do a higher price point, and you can also drink bottomless mimosas. I didn't do that option.
Bottomless mimosas?
I didn't do that option. I went with
rate?
the cheaper, just food. And I ate a lot of food. I ate about the whole menu.
What kind of food was it?
So it's brunch options.
Oh, nice.
And oh man, if I could, I'm just trying to remember in my head what all I had. I had these little egg white bites that were really good.
Well, we can just keep it at brunch options. I
had two orders of the shrimp and grits because they accidentally brought me out somebody else's, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Because it's bottomless, why not?
Yeah, no, they just got to go make more for the other person. I got steak and Gouda biscuit.
How much was the ticket here? And you're limited to an hour and a half.
Yeah, you get an hour and a half.
Okay, this is smart. It's smart to cap it. But what was the ticket here? What's it cost for?
I
single
tipped
person?
generously.
Just base cost.
I think the base cost was $42.
42, as much food as you want.
Yeah,
That's not too bad.
yeah.
No, not for fancy stuff like.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, it was not like going to a local buffet and getting. Yep. I mean, everything's freshly made, brought out to you every time.
That's one of those things we'll have to take the boys to. But you told me that you tapped out. 15 minutes left.
Yeah, I couldn't go anymore.
So that was the question I had.
I finished on the man. What were those things called? They were beignet croissants covered with cream cheese and salmon, and they had fried capers, and I mean they were so good. I was like, that's finishing on the highest note possible. I got to stop there.
Did they have basic options, or was it all this frilly?
No, they didn't have the all-star special stuff for you.
Yeah, listen,
the most basic thing I ate was a waffle with maple syrup.
A waffle with maple syrup?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
And it had powdered sugar on it. That was the most basic thing I had.
Powdered sugar does make it a little frilly.
Yeah, you just, you couldn't get your scrambled eggs, and that's it. I'm sorry.
You couldn't get just scrambled eggs?
No.
Did it have to be like scrambled eggs with lobster or something in it?
I think the only eggs that I had were all poached.
See, I know I've seen that on a menu before, but I don't even know what it means to poach an egg. I think about going out to the chicken coop and stealing it from under the hen. That's poaching.
Right from them. Yeah.
Okay. No.
And they I think they started like discussing me.
Of course they did
in the back because
of course you're a Giddens at a buffet.
Well, it wasn't a buffet though. They had to bring me my plate every time, so they were like,
"Oh, it's not a buffet.
This guy
is all you can eat though."
Yeah, it's all you can eat for an hour and a half.
Listen, this sounds like an adventure and possibly something we even maybe we should document it, but get all the boys out to this.
I was going to ask him, like, has anybody ever come in here and ate the whole menu in the hour and a half?
Yeah.
Is that like a challenge you guys have?
I had a question. My question was about this time limit thing because that's new. That's new to me. Did that make you like eat faster? Because you felt like you were
to a certain extent. I mean, I was just hungry in general to start out with, but like later on, I was thinking to myself like, I could sit here and savor this a little more, but I want to because you have to order again. You have to order every single time. So, so
you have to wait for them to come back to the
table.
So
I originally when I came, I said, "Can I order this and this and this all at once?" And they said, "No, one plate at a time."
One plate at a time. Did they have a way of you like can you signal them when you're done with your plate?
I sat at the bar, so I got direct access.
That's the way to go.
Instead of sitting at a table and having to flag down the waiter every single time.
Okay.
Just talk to the bartender. But
wait, did you go solo? Did you solo this?
Yeah.
Oh, so this wasn't even like you're going out with people. You just
Yeah, I was just eating.
I thought this was somewhat of a social experience for you.
Because I mean, if you go with people, you're gonna talk, which is gonna cut down on your time. Yeah. I was trying to be efficient.
Well, it sounds like you had like 15 minutes to spare though. How'd you hear about this place? Like what made you want to go there today?
A while back, I just walked in there one day like, "Can I order some takeout?" And they're like, "We don't do takeout." And I was like, "Oh, what do you guys do?" And they're like, you sit down. This is a special thing for them on Saturdays and Sundays. They have a regular normal menu throughout the week, but on Saturdays and Sundays they just do this. And I said, "Oh, well, I am not that hungry today, so maybe a different time." And I just been wondering, waiting, like when's a good time to come. And today I was like, "Man, I'm really hungry. I think I can tackle this today. I think it'll be worth it."
You are like acting like the Boys Scout right here. Not to confuse with Boy Scout, but you are scouting out a good place for us to take all 6 extremely tall and hungry men.
Yes.
And burly and buff.
I mean, imagine this after a hard 2-hour chess day.
Yeah, man. That sounds really good. And then we all fast the day before. So it's just like we're ready to go. Yeah, man.
Now, I would suggest trying to get there early because they were already out of a few things that were on the menu. I didn't get an opportunity. I really wanted to try the quail and waffles. Didn't get to because they were already out.
What like if we're looking at Birmingham, what quadrant would this be in?
It's basically downtown Homewood.
Downtown Homewood. Oh, that's pretty far from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
that might be a tough one for us on our next boys weekend that we got coming up.
But if we did a Birmingham trip at some point, I would recommend it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was talking with Bone yesterday. He was saying we do these boys trips frequently enough that why don't we just all go in on like a single property out in the woods and just have like a little vacation house that's like a cabin style, and then we could all like rotate weekends on if we all wanted to go out there, we could just share the place for our families or whatever we're doing for a getaway.
Out in the middle of the woods or like a lake house?
I mean, if we find a good deal on a lake house property.
Yeah.
But which, funny enough, I mean, I saw one that looked pretty nice down in the, like, because I was just on the phone with him and we were just looking at stuff. There is a pretty nice little lake house property down in Columbiana. But it's like, I mean, we're still over, it'd be like 6, for it. It's sizable, but it's a big dirt pathway to get there, so it takes a minute. It does have a dock and all that. But, I mean, I suppose you divide that up 6 ways.
I'm sure somebody, possibly myself, would be like, wait a minute, hold on now. Price point. Plus, I mean, I don't know how often I get to go. I got a newborn.
Yeah, you could take your wife and newborn there on a weekend as like a weekend thing. It's kind of like owning a timeshare, but it's actual property, and you don't have to, once it's paid off, you don't have to renew. You don't have to like pay for like whatever the fees or what have you.
Plus, I already got to pay for my own mortgage every month, so that'd be another one.
You haven't paid off the house yet?
No.
Sorry.
Maybe when I'm dead.
I'm giving you a hard time. Yeah, no, I get it. I get how it is. But that's why I'm thinking like a cheap cabin in the woods. Maybe we find something on a property.
We should build our own cabin.
It doesn't even have like build our own cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dude, you can't even fix a leaky faucet from what I recall.
What? No, I'll be the gatherer of materials, just like in Minecraft. Like I'm not building anything, but I'll go out and chop down some trees.
You're
gonna
go punch some trees to get us the wood.
Punch it with my my axe until it's broken, or my sword.
See, you've played Minecraft so little, you don't understand that you actually punch trees. Like it's the first thing you do when you start playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you crack. Then you punch a tree down. Then you make your wooden sword.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be fun. Anyway, I'm excited to get together with all the boys. It's actually we have.
Yeah, you were saying we do it so often, but I don't even remember the last time we did it.
It was last year. Like beginning of last year, probably around the same time spring break. So we're going on almost a year. I mean, we used to do this like 3-4 times a year. Now it's just we've cut. I guess just life stuff's gotten in the way. You were probably a big factor in that because you did have a pregnant wife, so probably part of that.
Yeah, and sometimes we try to meet up and go to sporting events too, but that didn't really happen either.
Yeah, the sporting events thing is. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the sporting events thing. I go to it because I enjoy hanging out with the boys, and then then we've got
somebody's got to occupy Frogman.
Yeah, and that's tough. It's yeah. I mean, he seems to be pretty content with his being occupied at home nowadays.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that, dude. For me, it's like even when I'm married, it's like I gotta make time for the boys. I don't know. Maybe I don't have my priorities straight. Maybe I hadn't met the right one yet. It could just get me to be like, oh yeah, I hate my friends now. This is all I need.
It's not that. It's just
I hadn't got there. I guess I just haven't. I just maybe just hadn't felt that before.
Life just it's not even necessarily that. It's just work probably is a greater factor than being in a relationship.
Are you talking about for me or for you?
Probably for a lot of us.
I feel like you could get it set up. You could, whatever you've got going on at your work computer, you talk to your boss about setting up a some sort of remote access tool, and then at home you could have a little home office set up, and you could just log into your computer at work, and then do your work from home, if you really wanted to.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you still have to spend the time doing work. So who wants to be like hanging out and then crap, I got all this work I got to do on this boys trip. Like you want to separate yourself from the work to hang out with.
I do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not ideal.
Well, yeah, no, it's not ideal, but it's not a reason to not get together with the boys.
But also, some of us don't do things that we can do remotely. Maybe I can do some things remotely, although I don't necessarily have access to that. But like,
I'm willing to bet
other ones of us have jobs that we cannot do remotely.
Not on the weekends.
Tell
me one of the boys.
I don't want you to get ranting again, but Doc can't remotely see patients.
From what I understand, Doc doesn't work on the weekends.
But if you're doing something that plan around like a Friday, that could exclude somebody. A Sunday is going to exclude.
Yeah, but
preach.
I mean, we have people. Preach is the exception on Sundays because obviously that's like the one time he has to be there, and even then he could probably grab his congregation and get on a Zoom call.
What is this, Church of the Highlands?
Listen, he could screen share the slides. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be good for all of us to get back together and hang out a little bit next couple of weekends. I know.
We just got to figure out what that time actually is because I'm still in the dark.
It's my understanding that Matto is still trying to figure that out. He's trying to, one of those weekends he needs to be here with his parents.
So the other weekend we'd be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It's not ideal though that he isn't able to figure that out a little bit quicker, but that's a little bit out of his hands. I'll try to coordinate with him. Also, this is getting, I'm sure, incredibly.
We were talking about food,
distant.
and I was gonna ask you.
Yep.
Eating challenges. What are those are pretty popular. Some restaurants have their famous ones. I know both of us have not just taken on, but completely destroyed the cheeseburger challenge that used to happen back in the day.
I've never participated.
You've never done the cheeseburger?
I've never participated in the cheeseburger challenge.
You've never done the cheeseburger challenge?
No.
Really?
You must be thinking of somebody else. Yeah, I don't even know what the challenge is.
It was a 20-ounce burger. You had to eat it in one sitting.
Never done that. I bet I can do it.
I did it when I was 12.
No, I've never done that one. The one that I know that I did, and that restaurant's no longer there, was the 2-foot calzone challenge.
Oh yeah, one of our local eateries here.
And
you had a pretty extreme time limit, and it wasn't the calzone that got you.
It was So let's break down the rules. 2-foot calzone, right? It's pretty decent sized calzone, and the girth was a little was pretty there too. But got all the way through the calzone. So calzone's 2 foot, and then you got 12 garlic knots, sizable garlic knots that you have to eat, and then 4 cups of sauce that you have to down. I got through the 2-foot calzone easy, and I think I got through 4 of the garlic knots, and the sauce got me.
Yep.
The sauce, they spiked that thing with something incredibly filling, like just full of fiber or something. But I could not get that sauce down. But it wasn't bad. It was, eat it in 45 minutes. I think it cost, what, $20?
Yeah, and you got it free if you finish.
Yeah, and you got it free if you finished. And it's $20 for a pretty decent meal. I mean, I don't know if you recall, but that was a good calzone. I was getting one of those on the regular anyway.
Yeah, not the 2-foot one though.
No, not the 2-foot one. But I did like that. I miss that place. That was some good Italian food. It's unfortunate. What was that? The Italian Cafe, no longer there. So we're not plugging anything. I'd love to see that place make a comeback, or that at least that recipe make a comeback.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by eating challenges.
There are some I'm pretty confident that we could take down. It's the benefit that we have, especially, is the ability to fast the day before, because you know as well as I do that when our stomachs are completely empty, there's probably room in there for a small colony of European settlers.
Well, that the first meal after a fast is not the one that I'd do, especially if a long extended fast. Maybe an intermittent fast would be a good one to when you want to tackle a challenge. But my stomach must shrink rather quickly because that first meal is not the one where I devour everything inside. It's probably the second or third meal after the fast where my stomach has re-expanded back to normalcy, but it's still not
One of two strategies to play there. Either one, fast for 36 hours. That one you should still be good on the big meal. Or the second one would be 48 hours or more with a handful of macadamia nuts and an egg or two before you go at it, and then wait 2-3 hours, then go hard.
Yeah.
That would also work. For me, yeah, I know definitely, especially when you get past that 48-hour mark, that first meal can be a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
Your body starts cooling it on the whatever digestive juices,
because you're not actually hungry anymore,
right?
Not to the extent you were that first day.
Yeah, but 36 hours I think is the sweet spot, and I'm pretty sure that's what I did, by the way, for when I took on the Italian Cafe 2-foot calzone challenge. That thing was legendary. Nobody had ever beaten it. I think I came. I didn't know I had it because I was going to get to the end of that next garlic knot, and I was gonna have to drink that sauce.
Were you eating the garlic knots without using the sauce at all, or were you dipping the garlic knots in the sauce?
I was dipping the garlic knots in the sauce, but it was hard because garlic. These are big, thick garlic knots, and they were rounded, so it's not like you could scoop it. You know, it's a dip, and then it just comes off of it. I don't know. I would have attempted that challenge again if that business had stayed around. I was determined I was going to get it. I was going to practice and everything. I don't know. Oh well. You gotten through some challenges before?
I mean, just the cheeseburger one's really the only one I can think of that I had the opportunity for. I could have done the one here, but I never did. But I'd love to try some, but there's really none around here that I know of.
No. I know you've
I challenge myself. I'll go to a buffet and say, all right.
Like you did with this one, right? It's like, I want one of everything
but no
on the
official
menu.
challenges. I can't, I don't know of any to try around here.
What's that one meat place in Birmingham that I've still never been to?
Texas de Brazil.
Texas de Brazil. Okay.
Same sort of deal. I think you pay a flat rate. And
there's no time limit, though.
No time limit, yeah. But you have to keep eating. You can't take a break or anything. If you take a break, then you're done.
You ever had?
And you can't take any home.
You ever had Korean barbecue?
I don't think so.
Korean barbecue would be one of those things that the boys would enjoy. They bring you the meat uncooked and you cook it in front of yourself and then you just eat it as you're cooking it. And they have all different types of meats too.
Yeah,
I like a good Korean barbecue. It's been a minute since I've been to one, and they try to bring you all these vegetables. Like
who wants
vegetables?
Who wants vegetables when there's meat?
Yeah, I should have eaten before I came today because now I am this mic is starting to look tasty.
Just drive up to. Well, it's probably too late now. Yeah, I think they're out of their bottomless brunch hours, but.
Oh, I probably wouldn't be going there. I am currently doing this Waffle House diet, and it's working pretty well for me. I'm down a little bit. It's making
you basically have your own Madison challenge at Waffle House because you get the All-Star Special, but you get 6 extra eggs.
I wouldn't call it a challenge.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Let me tell you, if I really wanted to go into Waffle House, what I would get, what I get right now, that's just minimum. Like that's still
how many eggs is it?
It's 6 eggs, but that's just for like getting a good variety of proteins and vitamins and stuff mixed through it. All right, I'm gonna break it down one more time for the new listeners. 6 eggs scrambled, hash browns, bacon, raisin toast, and a plain waffle, no syrup. That's my diet. That's the
minimum.
I eat that once a day. I do take a Friday nights. I will have a little sweet something before I go to bed, and then the next day, that way it gives me a little bit more of a workout. Because Saturdays are my really good workout days because I'm not. I mean, I do work some on Saturdays, but I try to really go hard at the gym. So I'll have like a couple of those little peanut butter oatmeal cream pie things.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, I'll have like
really
2 of those in a protein shake or something before bed, and then I sleep so good. But anyway, back to the Waffle House thing. So 6 eggs scrambled, hash browns, bacon, raisin toast, plain waffle, no syrup. I do put butter on the waffle. But if I was gonna put like my challenge out there, like just to see what I could eat, I think I could go 8 eggs, 2 orders of hash browns, 2 orders of bacon. Probably still just 1 order of toast. I don't think I'd double up on the toast. Toast is there for like filler. And then 2 waffles. I think I could knock that out. And honestly, that sounds like a good, like one of those meals where I get the you ever, I don't know how often it happens to you, but sometimes my toes go numb.
That's a symptom of diabetes.
Well, that's why I call it my diabetes. It doesn't happen a lot, okay? Listen, it's just when it's kind of it's nice. It's a nice feeling. It's just
it's a nice.
You can't.
It's a nice not feeling them.
Yeah, exactly. So
I could probably
knock that. I've done a couple of other things at Waffle House. I've experimented a little bit. I made a giant like waffle sandwich once. That was.
So you took a waffle and what'd you fold up inside it?
I didn't fold up anything. I took 2 waffles.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did this with a friend back in maybe when I was 17, 18 years old. We would do this sometimes. 2 waffles. Sometimes the workers there would be cool, and we would have them bake the bacon inside of the waffle. So they would be like baked into the bun, but sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. I don't think they were supposed to do that. I think that's probably bad for the waffle irons, but I would have them do 2 waffles. We'd do bacon on each side. No, I'm sorry. Let me start over. We would put biscuit gravy directly on the waffle with bacon on top, egg, and then hash brown. And then on the other side of that, egg and bacon, and then the gravy. And so it stacks up to be about that thick. And then we'd split it into 4 slices, and then we'd split that across the table. It's not.
And then you'd also get an all-star special.
Oh well, yeah. This isn't the deal.
This is dessert.
This is the fun. This is the. No, that would be enough. It's pretty filling. And it was good. I wouldn't put syrup on mine. One of the guys would put syrup on his, but just if you can get it to stay together, that's the hard part because those waffles are a little bit.
You
flimsy.
need gloves to pick that thing up.
No, it's not as thick as you'd think because you can really.
Well, if you put the syrup all over it.
Oh yeah, well if your syrup is knife and fork, then at that point.
Then it's not a sandwich anymore.
Yeah, that was always my thought. I'm like, why don't you can get all these things separate, and you're just eating this like you're eating.
I know you want to put the syrup on top of the waffle, but if you're going to put syrup, I'd put it like it's ketchup inside a burger. I'd put it inside the bread so I could still hold the outside of the bread.
Yeah, but that's where the gravy was.
Put the gravy inside too.
Gravy and syrup. I don't know.
No, I'm like you. I probably wouldn't go with the syrup on that.
Yeah. It was. I don't
want a McGriddle.
It's too expensive though. You get more bang for your buck with a all-star special, and that's been that all-star special has been my go-to since college. I get done working out at Auburn at the Tiger Iron Gym, the Waffle House right down the street. That was great. When I first got back here before the Waffle House closed down here, I'd go work out at the gym, go back to and then go to Waffle House afterwards.
Yeah,
I missed that Waffle House.
Since Waffle House closed, you've been more eclectic with the places you'll go to. You'll change it up. But if Waffle House was still here, would you be willing to do that, or would it just be let's go to Waffle House?
Well, what do you mean? I'm going to Waffle House now. I have to drive 20 minutes to get
there.
Yeah,
but like if you work out with like Maddo and I, for instance, you'll say, "Oh, let's go somewhere else around town."
There is no better alternative to an after workout meal than Waffle House.
It's just Waffle House or bust.
Tell me I'm wrong. Give me a better.
No, I like to change it up. I don't always want to go.
Okay, but give me a better alternative, like to an after workout meal, than eggs, bacon, and hash browns, which is the or sausage in place of bacon. There is not a better post workout meal where you're getting the protein.
I go somewhere around here and get steak.
For the cost, Michael. We're talking about for the cost.
No, for the cost, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if you're, if you're with a group of people, there's definitely not a better way to do it because you can
fork out a little bit more to a buffet around here. You're gonna get more food.
A buffet's not bad, but the thing about buffets and the thing about other places that are not Waffle House is that it's not very socially acceptable to go there smelling like you've just worked out at the gym and in a tank top and shorts, right? Waffle House is great because that's like fancy clothes for Waffle House. And I'm telling you, you cannot beat Waffle House. The price, the amount of protein you get with the carb mix in there. I think I have that argument on lock. I can't think of another place where we wouldn't have to at least go home and shower first before we go out.
Well, some of us have no shame, so it's not a big deal.
Most of us do. You're the exclusion. Of course,
I walk into the fanciest restaurant. As long as I got a shirt and shoes on, I get service.
But it's not. It's not about you not being able to get served. It's about them I don't know, having respect for your fellow man. That's a big part of that.
They're going to get paid. They don't care.
Yeah, but the owners of that establishment put their heart and soul into building out that restaurant, not for somebody to show up looking looking bad and smelling bad, and then ruining not necessarily the reputation, but the appearance of what kind of establishment this is. They want their establishment to be known as a nice establishment. Michael doesn't give a care. That business owner may say they look bad and smell bad, but when they see that credit card get placed on the table after that large purchase, it's not about your credit card getting placed on the table. It's about everybody else that showed up that day, and them coming back to the location. That's what it's about. It's not about whether or not you're going to pay that day. It's like, oh yeah, you want to go to Joe's Steakhouse down the street? Oh, yeah, but last time I went there, man, the crowd was just kind of. It's not a fancy place. Like I want, husband. If you really cared about me, you would take me out to like a nice place. Remember that time we went and that guy smelled had an aggressive smell of garlic all over him?
No, that was the gym.
I know, but I'm just saying. That's just not, it's about respecting the business.
I respect the business enough to walk in there and get a lot of food. Pay for it.
You remember that place that was in Auburn when we'd go visit who was it? I guess it was Frogman that was staying there. There was an all you could eat sushi buffet.
Yeah, he was actually in. I mean, this counts as Auburn, but he was in Opelika at the time.
Yeah,
and we went there a couple times before it closed. They're the only place I've ever seen that had crab lasagna.
Oh yeah, you're a big fan of crab lasagna.
Yeah,
but
very hard to find.
I remember going in there and we would go work out, and it wasn't like a super nice place. We would go directly after the gym, and because I didn't mind walking in there because the amount of people. Well, really, in any kind of buffet, you're not dressed very nice, so I didn't mind going in there. We were probably better dressed than some of the folks that were showing up. They weren't coming from the gym, and probably smelled better too. But the food was great. And it was all you could eat for $15, dude. $15, and we got our money's worth easy. I mean, you could hit up that sushimi line and get all just as much raw meat as you wanted.
That was great. It was fantastic.
Oh.
It's a shame it's gone.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That business model is not sustainable,
especially when there's people like us out there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're gonna do this.
They see us walk in and say we're losing money today.
You gonna do this in a college town full of college dudes? I can't imagine. I'm sure that they made their money back off of the sorority girls that would come in and be like, oh yeah, we'll go.
I'm just here to take pictures.
Yeah, I'm here to take pictures of my plate after I get it fancy, and they'll eat 3 bites and leave. Okay, yeah. You're making money off of them.
But then guys like us come over to the table and be like, can we eat that?
Imagine an entire fraternity being like, yeah, let's go get sushi. And then just showing up, $15 a head, and they eat $100 worth of food each. It's not a sustainable business model.
But I also don't think most time like fraternities are thinking to themselves, like in mass, let's go to the sushi place. They're thinking like, let's go to Crystal.
Possibly, but you could get a lot more food there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a buffet
than at Crystal's for $15.
But they also want to get it for takeout, and they want to go back to their house.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because they can't.
I'm sure
get
that
plastered.
I'm sure we weren't
at
the
a buffet.
only. I'm sure that's true. They can't have alcohol, but I'm sure we weren't the only group of guys that were going in there when we had the opportunity and eating well worth or well more than what we were worth to the business. But I miss that model. It's funny. I guess we're finally having the podcast episode about buffets.
The first of many.
You can tell your employer it took us till episode
20,
unofficially episode 22.
Yeah.
For us to get here before we.
We talked about food before though. It's not.
We have talked about food, yeah, but the actual.
But it's an equal partaking of the food. It's not. Oh, this guy eats way more than any other human I've ever seen before. It's. I mean, on your best day, you put down more food than me. On my best day, I can put down more food than you.
Yeah, I'd call us. We're on equal footing there. It's like college days, the Ness and Zelda kind of deal.
And I know of people that can put down more food than us. We're not professional eaters by any means.
No. I don't even. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we train for it, I bet if you train for it, you're a lot more athletic than I am. Tell me that's not a sport. Look me in the eye and tell me that is not a sport.
Hand-eye coordination to quickly put food in your mouth is.
Listen, dude, if you trained hard enough for it, if you really focused on training for like a hot dog eating competition, you could make it happen. It's technique more than anything. You've got the space, you just need to get the whole wieners in there. It's being able it's about throat technique and being able to get it all the way in one gulp. You know what I mean?
No comment.
Listen, man. I mean, I don't know what that training regimen involves, but those dudes could put it down.
Ladies too. There's a hot dog eating contest is for all sexes.
Well, I mean, I'll say this: like, I sometimes I wonder when I'm watching these guys eat those hot dogs. I'm like, I wonder if that guy's got a sister. You know what I mean?
What? Why? Explain.
Nope. That was a joke that maybe some people will get. They have talent. They have talents that I wonder if there's a genetic.
See, I thought the joke went a different way. That's why I wanted you to explain yourself.
Okay, no joke
because I was very confused. I was like, that is the most Alabama thing I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, no. So listen, It's tough. It's tough running a clean podcast. Maybe we ought to throw a Patreon up and throw our and have like a after or like an after dark Cuzzwords after dark, and then put that behind a paywall. Well, there's a lot of people that do that kind of thing too, where it's like the uncensored version.
I only have to censor one thing so far, and that's you saying a name you shouldn't have said.
Half a name. I caught myself halfway through, which still doesn't count. I know.
Yep.
It's a, but I'm sure there are jokes that we can come up with that, or there are things that we want to talk about that we probably won't talk about.
Like sometimes a whole subject should be censored, and that's the iffy thing where I'm like, all right,
you can't dive too deep into politics either.
Yeah, like if I say like a name right now. Like, are there certain names that can't be said besides our friends? Like, I can say Epstein, right? And I'm okay. I think that one's okay now, isn't it? You can just say Epstein.
It can be, yes, but I'm sure that we're gonna get I'm sure that the algorithm will pick it up as flagged for a political podcast. Now that you've said,
just because I said the name, like there's other people that have the last name Epstein.
I'm going
that didn't own their own island.
Saying it. I'm going to hit you if you keep saying it.
What if you say the name? If I pronounce this correctly, Kamini. Is that going to get you flagged now?
I don't know who that is.
It used to be Iran's supreme leader.
The Iranian supreme leader. Yeah, you did not pronounce that right.
How do you pronounce it?
I don't know. It ain't that though. I didn't know because I had no idea who you're talking about.
It's not Kamini?
No, I don't think so.
How else do you pronounce that? It's like Khameni.
I think there's more throat thrown in there.
Mini.
Yeah, there's a it's obviously it's a Middle Eastern name, but that was. I mean, are we bridging into this? Are we talking about Iran now?
I don't know anything about it. I was in the middle of doing a play, and then people were coming back to me, and they were like, "Hey, man, CNN breaking news. We just bombed Iran, and we killed their supreme leader." And I was like, "Oh, okay, World War III starting." And I was like, "Hey, guys, you guys ready to get drafted?" And then I had a realization. I'm like, "Wait a second. None of us are getting drafted. We're all in theater."
Oh, well, I mean, some of them could. You're fourth round now. You're out. You're out, bro.
I'm too old. No, I'm saying that they wouldn't want anybody fighting for the country that's in theater.
They can, yeah, sure. That's what.
Although somebody did bring a good point. They're like
the first wave. They could.
Yeah, that's what I said. One of the guys there was like, no, they'd put us on the front line so they get rid of us real quick.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're the ones that are going to reveal the enemy's positions.
Target practice.
Yeah.
Show us those dance moves, baby. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you'll be you guys will all be out there singing your musical songs to find your happy place.
Start looking for the enemy like West Side Story. Start snapping at them like.
Yep. Yeah, there we go.
Warriors come out to play.
That's funny. That's actually really funny. No, I'm I'm pretty convinced that we kind of have world power on lock. We just did. America just did back-to-back to Venezuela and Iran. Yeah, Iran. What would have been inconceivable in warfare for the past since the beginning of time. Knocking out a leader in less than a couple of hours. This is just it blows my mind just how dominant, even for our time, even for even the height of the Roman Empire, they didn't have that kind of power. They couldn't say that's our enemy.
They couldn't even travel that quickly. I mean, it was going to take longer to get the battle in the first place.
Sure, but just the level of intelligence. I mean, it's just a scary thought.
Now, did we mean to kill this guy? Because the last one, Venezuela, we captured him.
We meant to kill this guy.
What about this guy was like, all right, we can't, there's no point in trying to capture him. We're just going to take him out.
I think that listen, I'm not super educated on it, but we didn't just eliminate this regime. I mean, we didn't just eliminate the leader. We eliminated like the top 40 successors to the leader in this one. The thing with Venezuela was somewhat sending a message. This one was sending a message to like the entire anybody that is like has any sort of aggressive stance towards America. Imagine taking out the number one player, the person that's supposed to succeed them, this person this is supposed to succeed him if something happens, all the way down 40. Now, number 41, okay? He just saw all 40 get knocked out in like 2 hours. You think number 41 might be like, maybe we don't be so aggressive to America.
41's like, it's my time to shine. Drop the nukes.
Iran didn't have nukes.
I thought they had nukes.
No. Back in like June or July of last year, that got bombed. We told them no nukes. That's done.
Unfortunate.
Iran does not have nukes. Unfortunate for them.
Yeah, unfortunate for them.
Yeah. Otherwise, they would have taken out our greatest ally, potentially. Israel.
Is Israel our greatest ally?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I need to bleep this?
No.
Okay.
No, the official stance is in America that Israel is our greatest ally.
Who's our second biggest ally?
I don't know. We don't need any other allies. We have Israel. They're God's people. We have God on our side if we're partnered with Israel.
God and anime on our side.
That's
what we need to do. We need to go get Japan.
You know what? That's a fair point. I would say our next biggest ally is probably going to be, what's that place south of China?
Mars.
I sound like an idiot right now.
South of China.
Yeah. The one makes Taiwan. Taiwan's
No, you mean Chinese Taipei.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who you ask. But
I want this to play on TikTok, so it's Chinese Taipei.
We own TikTok.
Sure we do.
We went over this last time. It's America owns America owns TikTok.
We own our biggest allies.
Yeah, well, there's an argument to be said that our allies own us. But
oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I would say that now Israel is our in to the Middle East. They're absolutely central to our ability to get anything done over there and take everybody's oil. So
like, what's the end game? Who's next?
Cuba.
That's pretty lame.
Is it?
Why can't we shoot for the stars, man? China or Russia? Come on.
I don't. Oh man, Michael.
I'm tired of watching the little Marvel spin-off movies, and I'm ready for like the Avengers.
You don't understand. We don't. All right, I'm gonna break this down for you, and I'm gonna try to keep it simple. Iran supplies Russia and China with all of their oil. This was a play.
They can't get some from Canada or something?
No.
Canada's not a fan of us right now.
This just cut off the oil supply for Russia and China. That was a big part of, now, I mean, Iran has been subsidizing and selling China oil for cheap for so long. This is going to greatly affect their economy.
So this is payback for.
No, and you definitely can't say that.
I'd have to bleep that.
Yes, you have to bleep that. Oh my! This is a fun one. Great. Well, anyway. So the whole thing, the Trump's big thing is he wants independence. He wants us to be completely independent off of other players. So if Trump cuts off the oil supply to China, where China's been getting really cheap oil, that's going to mean that their costs for manufacturing and things are going to go up and be more competitive with that in America, if I understand this economic play correctly.
Okay.
And so Trump, on top of the fact that Iran was also, committing heinous crimes against its own people over the last several months, where the Iranian dollar has basically crashed and is worth nothing, and people are starving, and people are hungry, starving, dying, and then there were protesters going out on the streets. I don't know if you saw this, but and then the Iranian government was literally turning guns on them. And I want to say that it's confirmed 10,000 protesters, but the suspicion is that the numbers are probably closer to 50,000 that have just been unalived by the government. And it's poor people that just are hungry and they just wanted food. And it's a big part of their protesting. It's sad. So, listen, you can agree with the way Trump did it, you can agree with, or you can disagree with it and hate it. But in my personal take is that the head of Iran had it coming anyway. Whatever the motivation was, those folks were just not nice people.
Yeah, it's weird that the sentiment you see from people that disagree with it happening, they don't care about who the target was or anything. They're just kind of like, America should stay in its own lane, not delve into any foreign matters, and I guess fix what's wrong stateside first. But a lot of that doesn't fall into federal authority. It's a state-by-state issue.
Well, there's the state issue, but I mean, if you look at the long-term play, right, or what Trump, what I think the play that Trump is trying to make here, whether or not he succeeds at it or not, is this cuts off China. This, in the long term, China will not hold the manufacturing over America that it does currently because they're going to have to get more price competitive. And then that should, by Trump's reasoning, bring more jobs and more competitive pricing for America, which will then stimulate our economy better, which should then help stimulate prosperity in America. Now, is it going to play out that way? I don't know. I don't see the full picture, and none of us are going to know as of yet. One thing I was watching the other day that to me is I didn't quite realize the effect that this could potentially have. This autonomous car thing, man, is about to change everything about America.
How so?
You are taking the cost of transporting people down by close to 80% with autonomous vehicles. We're looking at a drastic reduction in the cost of moving somebody from one place to another. When cost goes down like that, it's going to be very similar to when we migrated from horse and buggy into cars, because the cost went way down when that happened, and it changed up a lot of things about America. People can travel more. People can move from one place to another. Commuting isn't bad. People don't have to, the assumption is that a lot of people won't even own cars anymore. You'll have an app on your phone. You call the car to come pick you up and drop you off, and it'll be cheaper, substantially cheaper than an Uber ride would. And so now people don't have to own cars. That's going to, just like the people that used to shoe horses, it's going to put a lot of mechanics out of a job. Not to mention the cost of transportation. You have a fully autonomous 18-wheeler truck. You don't have to pay that truck driver anymore. Plus, they're not spending a lot of money on the fuel because most of these vehicles are probably going to be electric. You don't have to spend the money on the fuel for moving these cars. What happens, Michael, when 80% of the transportation in this country is fully autonomous electric vehicles? Now, what is something that you see on every street corner across the country?
A gas station.
Gas stations. Yep. That industry could be gone. They could become that. There might still be convenience stores, but some people are just not going to have gas stations anymore, and that'll affect foot traffic into convenience stores, no doubt. But there's a lot of repercussions that are going to come from this, and I think we'll adapt as people. We adapted people. There were when the Model T came out and was super affordable for the consumer, to the level of, there were people that were saying, oh, horses aren't going anywhere. Horses are a staple, yada, yada. Well, autonomous cars are going to come in and change the game something fierce. Probably to the exact same degree as the Model T.
But how soon?
Probably the next 10 years.
Will it be illegal to operate a gas vehicle on the roads with all these autonomous vehicles out there?
I don't think so.
So people that still want to drive the old-fashioned way,
I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance that may happen in the future, like 30, 40 years, where people just don't even drive vehicles anymore because they're all autonomous. Even if it's a gas vehicle, it'd be autonomous. But I could certainly foresee a future of like just making people driving illegal, but not for the fact of not because the reasoning would probably be, one, self-driving cars are safer, and two, self-driving cars could drive a whole lot faster and be 100% synchronized with everybody on the road, so you could then raise speed limits something fierce. Imagine if you could be driving down the road at 120 miles an hour and know it's perfectly safe. Right? That's kind of a game changer on highways and interstates and stuff.
If it was guaranteed perfectly safe.
Well, in 30, 40 years, right now it's already 7 times safer to be in a self-driving car than it is to be in a car driven by humans. In 30, 40 years, that's going to be upped.
I wonder what is it because of there's so many drivers that are impaired in some way? Like, is the percentage of safety closer if humans were alert, not looking at their phones, not under the influence of something, perfectly sober, well-attentioned drivers are pretty safe, I would assume.
So
it's all the distractions that a self-driving car is not going to
think about it like
have
this.
around them.
Think about it like this. Yes, there is the human flaw. Humans get tired. Humans get drunk. Humans do stupid stuff on the road, right? There's that factor. But even beyond that, from a perfectly attentive driver, where's our, like, what are we limited to that a self-driving car has in excess? Field of view. A driver, a person driver, and I think all of our listeners can attest to this, we only have 2 eyes.
I got 4 eyes.
No, that's
what I heard in school.
Yeah, that's just what they called you in middle school. We have 2 eyes that keep us locked in with this much of a field of view. A fully autonomous car can see in all directions all the time, and has a logistics capacity that far exceeds that of the attention that a human could bring.
But I still have seen some videos, and obviously this is still early stages,
right,
somewhat. But self-driving Tesla not seeing a woman in a parking lot walking right behind it and it backing up straight into her and hitting her. I've seen a video of I believe it was a Tesla as well, in a 2-lane road, swerving right into the oncoming traffic while the guy wasn't operating the vehicle.
Well, that's why, and these are early tests, but every single time something like that happens, that data gets analyzed, and they figure out a way to make sure it doesn't happen again.
It would suck to be a data point.
To be a data point?
Yeah.
Well, right now, the fact is right now, self-driving is not legal. Okay? You have to have a driver there to monitor it and watch it. Mm-hmm. So, you can blame or not blame, but the person that's sitting in that driver's seat, for them to be using the driving, supervised self-driving right now, is part of their terms and conditions. They are supposed to stop that stuff from happening. but they're gathering data points like nothing else. And I think Tesla's going to have the market on this. There is not a single other manufacturer that can establish the infrastructure like Tesla has. Tesla has everything from production of the vehicles to the satellites that provide the connectivity. I mean, imagine if Ford came out and said, we're going to do our own self-driving, but that means we're going to have to launch satellites into space. Can you imagine Ford launching satellites into space? To me, that's just an absurd concept. They
have to recall them in a few weeks.
Yeah, we realized this one solar panel is breaking off and could possibly crash down to Earth right on top of a residential neighborhood. Yeah, we're gonna have to recall them. Please
when you bring it back in, would you like it? It's extended warranty. We can give that to you as well while you're bringing it in.
See, it's absurd. It's absurd to think that anybody could compete with Tesla.
Would you like your satellite to have tinted windows?
Yeah, even Waymo, right? Waymo's they're doing a lot of tests. Waymo has a different strategy though. You familiar with Waymo?
No.
Okay, so Waymo is another version of the
autonomous.
autonomous.
You're saying whammo.
It's called Waymo.
Okay.
They have, but they have to go through and map out every street before their cars work.
That's a lot of streets.
Yeah, and then they have to do significant testing in each one of those streets. That's the difference between Waymo and Tesla. Tesla, it doesn't need the streets to be mapped out. It's just able to read what's going on the road wherever it's at. So, I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm really, really interested in seeing where the future's taking us.
Well, we can talk about this on a different episode, but it is going to be unfortunate for all those truck drivers and car dealership salespeople and gas station attendees and a lot of jobs.
Gas station attendees, that job's been gone for a while.
Well, the clerk, the store manager, whatever you want to call it, anybody that works at a gas station.
Okay.
A lot of people are going to be out of jobs.
But we'll adapt. That's the thing about humans.
Well, I assume you're going to have to be manufacturing a whole lot more electric vehicles.
You know what he said? He can get it down to 7 cars an hour.
What do you mean?
Tesla, when he starts cranking out, when Elon starts cranking out these, they're called, the Tesla, the Cyber Cab. I should know this. But whatever it is, it's these new cars that are coming out. He can get them down to, I think, 7 an hour.
Yeah, all the plants they'll be making them.
No, I think it's just from their existing plants. He might make a new plant, but that's the thing. This car is done being manufactured. It drives out of the service facility and goes to whatever city needs a new car immediately.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's probably going to need more plants because a lot of cities you're going to need a lot of the new cars.
Oh, I think he's saying 15 million in the first year.
I wonder how many cars enter a roadway and drive on a local city road, highway, interstate, county road on a daily basis. I mean, it's got to be an absurd number. It's got to be.
You mean like new cars or just cars in general?
Every car in general that's driven out there. It's got, I bet, over 200 million.
Total cars in the United States, it's probably up there, yeah.
Yeah, on a daily basis, 200 million unique cars drive.
Yeah, but why as a consumer, or why as an individual, would I want to have a $400 a month car payment?
No, I'm not saying you want that. I'm saying you got to replace all those cars, so more plants are going to be needed to make those cars. So that's going to be job opportunities.
15 million a year will get you there quick.
Yeah, I mean you need it.
But you don't have to replace all of those cars. Think about this: if I've got an app, how of the time that you've owned your car, what's the percentage that you've driven it?
A lot. I mean, every day.
The percentage of the time that you've owned the car. I'm not talking how many days have you driven it. I'm talking about the literal time that you're in that car driving it.
On a daily basis, I probably drive maybe between an hour and 2 hours a day.
Okay. And that counts as one of those cars, right? Well, you're driving that car for an hour a day. When you're not driving it, that car is off driving for somebody else. That's 2 cars. When it's not driving you and that other person, that's 3 cars that it's replaced. When you're not driving, and it could do that 24/7.
Well,
it will replace, one car will replace multiple people's cars.
One thing that is going to be disappointing is some people use their car for storage.
What do you mean storage?
Like you keep stuff in it that you use at different places that you go to. You keep things in your car.
Oh, yeah. No, I think backpacks will probably come back. It'd be like, this is my driving backpack. But I would say the majority of the time when I use my car, I get in the car and I go to the place and I get out of the car. I might have a handful of things. I might have my headphones. I might have my water bottle. But those are things that I could just take out of the car when I leave.
What if they had like a no stick policy?
No, I imagine I could still stick.
You could still.
Yeah. Don't forget, electric vehicles don't have motors. Extra storage space. Shoot, these new cyber cabs, and I'm going to get torn apart if that's not the name of them. I don't know why I can't remember. The Tesla cab or something like that. But they don't even have steering wheels. There's not even an option for a manual override. Like, it just drives.
What if it was an Xbox controller? You wouldn't ride with me, I know that.
No, definitely not. But I think this is awesome. And you know, they've got the price down. Those steering controls are a big part of the cost. One of these vehicles, and the way that they're wanting to set this up, right, is they want like hubs that are run as individual businesses, and you license it from Tesla. So one individual could own like 6 different cars, and those 6 different cars are out making money, and then they have to do a revenue split with Tesla on that money that they make. And so the initial investment that's going to go towards paying for these cars is going to come out of pocket from these places that have the land and the resources to provide these fleets. That is going to be a rather cheap cost at $30,000 a car. Projected revenue for each one of these vehicles is tens of thousands a year. So one car will pay for itself. Okay. It doesn't take a lot of an investment, and then you can continue to grow your fleet year over year based off of the revenue that you're generating. I will be extremely surprised if in 50 years anybody actually owns their own car.
What about the people that like to collect vintage vehicles?
I'm glad that you brought up that point. Michael, you ever known somebody that owned a horse?
Yes.
Okay. Do they use that horse to get to work?
I mean, most instances, no.
Right. There are special horse tracks that you take your horses to go ride horses. It's the same thing. There's going to be private tracks that you take your old cars to go drive them on.
Will this cause NASCAR to become more or less popular? Will people find the novelty of their ability to drive fascinating in 3 or 4 decades when nobody else can drive? Or will it die because nobody drives so they don't care about it anymore?
NASCAR is about getting drunk. People are still going to want to drink, Michael. NASCAR has nothing to do.
That is specific to some courses or some places around the country. That is not necessarily an entirely NASCAR thing.
People will still want to watch NASCAR. I mean,
horse racing is still a thing, so.
Yeah. People would just be gambling on NASCAR.
That's about gambling, so and dressing up fancy.
No, people. Do you think people dress fancy at the horse tracks, Michael? You hadn't been to a horse track in a minute.
Kentucky Derby, they do.
That's about as much of a spectator sport as NASCAR is at this point, and they're dressing.
I'll give NASCAR this: NASCAR lasts a lot longer, so at least you get the time commitment aspect.
People will still be into
Kentucky Derby's over in like 2 seconds.
People will still be into NASCAR. I mean, I don't see it as becoming a. I don't know. I don't know if really autonomous cars and autonomous vehicles are going to change much of that. There's still impressive things that could be done with NASCAR. What would be pretty cool for me would be if we saw an electric vehicle out on the NASCAR track. That's
self-driving.
That's a lot less pit stops. Self-driving NASCAR?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny. I mean, and it wouldn't be hard to program either. It's just left turns.
Who am I rooting for?
It's just left turns.
No, there's some street tracks out there. That's what I've learned.
There are street tracks, yeah. But
not
that's
just left turns.
That's not NASCAR.
That is NASCAR. NASCAR has some street tracks that are more unique tracks than just ovals.
Oh, I bet. I'm thinking Formula One might catch on. I've also heard that there's some political issues going on with NASCAR right now.
How so?
I'm not an expert on this, but evidently it is becoming so overwhelmingly a monopoly for racing that it is to own and operate a NASCAR team is just solely a money sink. There's actually not an ability for that to be profitable. And so right now, the only people that can compete are people that are truly using it as a marketing expense, and that you can't actually make money with NASCAR, unlike just about every other sport where you can actually make money off of it. But to race costs money, to participate, to have a license, to have a NASCAR team costs a lot of money, and there's only so many tracks, and all of these different tracks are getting bought up by the exact same company, and they're raising their costs to race in these races, that it's turning into and they're charging the teams to race, and they're charging the people in the door, and the racers don't get a cut of the people that come in to watch the races. It's very interesting. Even the top, like if you won every race in a NASCAR season, I think they go in seasons, you're still losing money. So I've heard that it's turning into this is probably not going to last too long kind of deal.
Well, somebody's got to be making money off of it.
Oh yeah, the people that own the tracks and the people that own NASCAR.
The people that own
they're making stupid money off of it.
The marketing or I can't think of the word right now. They own the licensing rights. They own the network coverage.
Yeah. But I think that's why I wouldn't be surprised if Formula One overtakes it eventually. Seems like
if it's electric cars, then is it an e-sport?
Oh, Michael, you're asking the philosophical questions. Well, I'll use data to reference the Velociraptor questions there.
Electronic.
Yeah. But and this is we're not even talking we didn't even touch on the Tesla robots that are coming out. My goodness.
Gesundheit.
Bless you, bud.
I think we need to wrap it up. We've been going for a while.
What about the Tesla robots?
We cliffhanger.
That you know good and well, we're gonna 100% forget where we left off.
No, you got to remember. Yeah, write it down. Tesla robots.
Write down Tesla robots.
If it'll help you, I invented a new dance move called the robot twerk. If you want me to do it on camera, it is as a reminder that we're starting with robots next episode.
Thank you guys for joining us. We're gonna call it there. Michael wants to start dancing.
Do you think this will drive up the viewership count if I show some cleavage?
There you go. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you joining me today, Michael, and I appreciate you, audience, for joining us and sitting down and just being a part of our cousin discussion. We'll, I guess we'll see you on episode 21.
21. Our podcast can finally drink legally.
Wow. It's been so long. I'm excited.